Welcome everyone for my top 10 tips for a new MOBA player. It's your boy Raw. We about to set this thing off, alright? So my very first tip for you guys is play your role. So there's 5 different roles inside of MOBAs. There's usually what's called a carry or a ranged person that deals high basic damage. You have a support who is usually going to stick with the carry to be able to support them and to support the team with things like stuns, knockups, slows, some type of different mechanic like a freeze or something that really stops a person and does what's called a stun lock. Okay, you also have the role of a jungler, which this is really, in my eyes, the team captain. This is the person that's always in the jungle doing what's called a gank, looking at the different lanes. There's usually 3 lanes in a MOBA, and you're looking at the different lanes, seeing who's pushed up so you can gank that person and win the game by getting the most kills, because more kills means more money to buy items in the game. You also have a mid laner. This is usually a magician or a mage, somebody that actually is middle lane in the very center using abilities. This is usually the person that deals a lot of damage with their abilities in the team fights and in the middle lane. Then you have what's called solo lane. This is usually like a person that uses a lot of abilities as well, but they're more tanky and they can do what's called a push. They can actually push the lane, kill the minions fast, and push the lane. Okay? I'm pretty sure that's all 5 roles. That's my first tip, is play your role. If you're the carry, don't try to build like the tank. If you're the jungler, don't try to build like the solo laner. Okay, well, I mean, you can kind of build like the solo laner. Now, the second tip I have for you guys is the jungler. If you're gonna choose to be the jungler, or if you're gonna choose to be the carry, you're kind of like not the team captain, but you're one of the most essential roles in the team. If you're a carry, you gotta be there during team fights. You gotta be there dealing high damage with your basic attack, picking people off from afar. If you're the jungler, you gotta be the person that can come in to the team fight quick, kill somebody, and then come out of the team fight quick. Like in Smite, the video game Smite, which is a MOBA, the character Nemesis is super great at that type of strategy. Now, my third tip for you guys is if you're pushed up in the lane, you are prime gank material. All right? So what that means is if me and you are in the same lane, right? And imagine the tug of war is going on, and I have you pulled all the way up, you're what's called pushed up. So if I have you pulled towards me closest to my tower, you're pushed up, you are prime gank material. The jungler can come and kill you, no problem usually, because it's going to take a long time for you to get back to your tower, to the safe side. All right? Now, the fourth tip I have for you is ward. You need vision in the game. Usually in MOBAs, the map will be kind of dark or blacked out if you don't have it warded up or like lit up. Usually the people who should be carrying wards is everybody, honestly. But the main people who should be carrying wards is the support, the mid laner, and the jungler. That's how I feel. Solo laner too, but everybody should have it. But the jungler and support should always have wards. Alright? So that's my 4th tip. My 5th tip is if you are a basic attack character, you want to build crit chance in the game. You want to build attack speed in the game. So that's usually for any video game, but in MOBA specifically, if your character does a lot of basic attack, like high basic attack, and his abilities is towards his basic attack, you want to build crit chance. And you want to build attack speed. Alright? My 5th tip is if you're an ability character, if your character is highly focused on the abilities, like the mid laner, like some junglers, you want to build like power, like actual damage, and what's called cooldown reduction, so that you can play your abilities quicker, faster. All right? Now, the seventh tip I have for you guys is if you are a tank type character, or if you're the solo lane where you're by yourself and you kind of got to be able to fend off by yourself, you want to be building defense and life. You know, you want to have defense and you want to have life. Because if you're supposed to be there solo lane kind of, and you're supposed to be dependent on yourself, independent, you know, and you want to be able to fight the whole team while you wait for your team to come, that's kind of what the solo laner is. Or the solo laner is kind of the person who can kill everybody or fight everybody one-on-one by himself and be able to kill them. That's what the solo laner wants to be. You're solo. You can do it by yourself, or you can fend, you know, the team off by yourself while your team comes. So if you're a tank type character, you want to build defense, some kind of armor, and you want to build health. All right? The 8th tip I have for you guys, number 8, is split push. So when it's end game, you know, mid game, you want to have a split push person, which is usually that solo or usually that mid lane motherfucker. Oh my God, I can't believe I cursed. I will bleep that out. But if you are, you know, the one to split push, you want to do that in game. You want to have, you know, the person that can push the one lane by themselves quick, have that one person by themselves, and the other 4 doing a team fight, not really trying to go for the kills, kind of just like trying to pick at the people so that you can split push and win the game. All right? So number 8 is split push. Number 9 is in a team fight, if you guys are all fighting, go for the squishies. What do I mean by squishies? Go for the carry. Go for the jungler that's squishy. Go for the mid laner that's squishy. Too many times I've seen in team fights with the rookie players or people that had never played before, they go for the biggest guy. Like, this isn't high school, man. This isn't middle school where you can fend off the bullies by beating up the bigger guy. The bigger person usually is a damage sponge. They can take a lot of damage. They can get in the way. They can stun you, stun lock you, so that the squishies, so that the mages, so that the carries can kill you. So in a team fight, go for the people that are squishy, that have low life, no defense, and they can do a lot of damage, but you can probably kill them in 2 hits. All right, you're gonna kill that tank in 80 hits. You're gonna kill the solo, the bigger guys, the tank, the support, the solo. It's gonna take 80 hits to kill that person. All right, and then the 10th tip I have, the final tip I have for you guys, is MOBAs are team games. So squad up, man, squad up, squad up in the game and squad up out of the game. You know, if you guys are strategic, if you guys have mics and you're able to talk, you can do a lot of damage and you can move up in the ranks very quickly. So, you know, if you're the jungler and the mid laner and the solo lane, and you guys are all communicating, you can take care of that side of the field like it's no problem. You know, you can let the people push up, you can let the enemy team push up, and then tell your jungler, hey jungler, go around back, gank them. Use your ability as soon as you tell them go, boom. So squad up in the game and out of the game. But that's all I have for you guys. We definitely have some super cool videos and some super cool books and some super cool just knowledge all around that's available to you in the comments and below in the video in the description. All right. We'll see you next time. Raw Gaming.